Welcome to the Runninng Report, where we give you running news produced for and by the culture. And today we got something a little bit different for you guys today. We're going to give you our usual top 5 that we do every single week during the track season and cross country season. But we're going to do that in video form. And for the special Sound Running, the track meet that happened this past weekend, me and my co-host Aaron Voss, we were able to be out at the Sound Running meet and got to experience it and talk to the athletes and everything. So I just felt like we want to give a little deeper insight into things, and we're going to do more things throughout the week to even not just cover the Sound Running track meet, but also go over the Valencia Marathon and the things that are going on in the high school ranks with so many things around the country. So just keep on the lookout for the Runninng Report on Instagram, on YouTube, or even on our website, as we have more stuff coming your way. But first off, bro, let's just get into this top 5. You ready?
Bro, I'm definitely ready. I mean, we haven't talked about track in a minute. We haven't had this much going on, so let's just jump into it.
So first up, at number 5, I think it has to go to the women track clubs that are just really emerging at this time. Earlier this past week, we talked to the meet director of the Sound Running track meet, Jesse Williams, on our podcast, Two Black Runners. Shameless plug, but you already know. Hey, and we talked about how right now in running, these NCAA athletes coming out of college, they have so many options to choose from, and it's not really a battle when we come to meets like this. So now at this meet, it was a battle between Bowerman Babes, the Dark Sky Distance, NAU'S Elite, and so many other clubs. But really, it was Dark Sky Distance from Phoenix, Arizona, that really came on top, and that was so dominant. Why was that, Aaron?
Bro, Dark Sky Distance, if y'all haven't heard of them, be on the lookout. They're a team out there in Arizona, and they're newly formed, but they killed it top to bottom. You had Rachel Snyder take the win with 31:09. Then we had Sharon Loki with a 31:11. And making her pro debut, we have Weenie Kaladi going out there and just really killing it and putting on the show, running 31:10. So they almost swept the event. They went 1-2-4, I believe. Yeah. Dark Sky Distance really showed that they're a real legit club. And signing someone like Weenie Kaladi, that definitely shows that they're going to be here for time to come, and they're going to continue to recruit people. I had a little interview with them, and they look like they're such a close team. They're all hugging each other and had so much emotion after the race. So I'm excited to see what they can do in the future.
Yeah, it really is going to be exciting. And just like the Bowerman women, they did great too. Like Shelby Houlihan and Lisa Cranny,
she did her thing.
Went 1-2, but that was expected. Dark Sky going 1-2-4 in that final race. I wasn't sure who was going to win, and I was really talking to Aaron through that race. I was like, bro, anybody can win this, from NAU'S Elite to even Alicia Monson on. So it was really exciting. But a for sure thing that we found out this weekend, as well as we move on to number 4, is that COVID doesn't affect lumberjacks, and I'm talking about NAU. NAU had a dominant weekend at the track meet presented by Sound Running. First off with Nico Young PRing the 5K with a 13:44, second fastest NAU freshman ever in the 5K, behind David McNeil, who ran 13:42. Then also they had 3 girls break the 5K and 10K NAU school records, from Tyron McNeil, Jessa Hansen, and Jaron Poe. And then also Abdihamid Nur, bro, our boy who's been on the Two Black Runners podcast,
that boy
won the 10K in 28:12 in the second in the B heat. He had a 60 last lap on it as well. Then also Luis Grijalvo, but we'll get him in a second. But what did you think about NAU's performance, bro?
Man, NAU is really, they're a powerhouse. I mean, everyone always thinks of the Oregon, as being that track town USA, but NAU, they're the most dominant team from top to bottom. They have their women who are coming up on the rise. Abdihamid Nur, you guys are gonna remember that name because I'm sure this guy's gonna win some NCAA titles. He's a sophomore, y'all, a sophomore. And we didn't even mention that, we didn't have Drew Bosley race or anything like that. Or Brody Hastings like that. They came out here and they made some pros look like they ain't nothing, really. They were beating the pros out here.
Yeah, it's really going to be exciting. But also shout out to the Oregon men, bro, because the Oregon men did look nice from top to bottom. And it's going to be exciting. It's sad we couldn't get a full Pac-12 conference season, at least not yet. So it's going to be exciting once we be able to get to see them race all together. Moving on to number 3, though, it has to go to the men's 5K that ended the Friday night edition of the track meet. And it really ended with a bang. But the real thing I seen from that is that the future is here from the 4 to 5K. first off, we already know Luis Grijalva getting that Guatemalan national record and that 13-16. Like, this dude is really on a tear right now. Yeah. But then seeing like Drew Hunter, Cooper Tier, and Eric Avila getting those Olympic trial standards, I feel like those are people in the 5K in the U.S. we're gonna see for the next decade, like from years on out.
Hey, and we cannot sleep on Cole Hawker. Cole Hawker, that boy is nice. He only 19 years old and gave Central a run for his money, running like a 13:32, I believe. Shout out to him, man. It takes a lot to really go out there, and really, he was trying to get that name. He was trying to take down that hit list.
He was trying to get that scalp.
Yeah, he was trying to get that scalp. And you can't blame him for it. He wasn't scared at all. Like, Central, he coming for you. I'm just saying.
Next time they race it, he coming for that scalp.
Yeah. Shout out to Cooper Tier and shout out to the Oregon men. Like we said, they really did kill it. And on top of that, Sam Atkins, bro.
Are we gonna talk about that in number 2? Because in number 2, the men's 10K. Yes, now I know you guys seen the men's 10K. Jenkins, TIERAN, and Cheserek went that 1, 2, 3. But that 4th place finish. Let me just, before we get into the other guys, Sam Atkins. This man ran the 5K the day before and ran what did you run? 13:18. Yeah. Then he came back the next day, ran the 10K. Qualified for the Olympics, got the Olympic A standard with 27:26. That's a crazy double, a double you only really do one time a year if you're in college, like ever.
And you're not running that fast. You're not running a 27:26 and a 13:18. And Joshua, you interviewed him. What was he telling you?
Bro, he said he was pacing the race. He went in there with the pace, but he was mad because he didn't get the Olympic A standard the day before. So he really just came out the pace, and then once he got into the rhythm, he was like, I'm gonna finish this. And then he ended up getting the Olympic A standard, and now he feels like he's a 10K runner. Pretty crazy stuff. But then also, we gotta talk about the men's 10K, because seeing like people that have been racing the NCAAs long time before with Jenkins, TIERAN, and Cheserek, as they had battles before, like, these guys are still really good at running, Aaron.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, in the past, we've seen Eric Jenkins, Patrick TIERAN, Everett Cheserek. Big names. Yeah. Big names. I'm sure all of you know who those three guys are, but y'all, they've been injured. Or like Cheserek, he doesn't really race much. You don't hear about him. Eric Jenkins, I don't even know who is this man training with, because he was with Oregon Project, then he kind of disappeared. He's in and out. Patrick TIERAN, he's been on Oregon Track Club, but we really haven't seen him do anything in a while. And they came back out here and just let everybody know, yeah, we still really him. We still really those guys. And before we close out on this one, can we give a shout out to the boy Wesley Kiptoo? From Iowa State. That boy had the freshest cut out there. He didn't win the race, but he looked the best out there. Hey, shout out Wesley Kiptoo, for real. We need to get him on Two Black Runners.
He did have the freshest cuts, but also shout out to Patrick TIERAN too. The most calmest person I ever seen get a national record. This man thought that was a cakewalk for him, getting that national record. But we gotta move on to the last one, and we're kind of circling back up to the top, and we're talking about dark sky distance again, but just really the entirety of the women's 10K, that final heat, because we saw 17 women go under the American Olympic trial standard. Then we also had 8 women get the Olympic A standard and go under 31:25, bruh. It was really an amazing race to watch, man. But the biggest thing I took away from this race is that, like, bro, come to the US and come run. Like, these guys these gals, they're running really, really fast. And like, yeah, go overseas, it's cool. Diamond League's cool, but sound running is pretty cool too. Jesse Williams, he's a cool guy. We met him.
Shout out Jesse Williams. As they said, if they build it, they will come. And this was a great event, just overall. Provided so many opportunities for people to reach that the Olympic trials. And like we were saying in that podcast, it's a big thing in the running community just to get to the trials. So to see all these women make it and see the emotion and the happiness and joy that it brought to them, it was awesome. I talked to Carrie Verdon. Shout out Carrie Verdon from Team Boulder. I interviewed her for a second, and her PR going into this race was 33:09.
Crazy.
She ran 32:09. Not only did she PR by a minute, she qualified for the Olympic trials.
Draft day.
She was so ecstatic, and it warms my heart when I see things like that, to see people make it. And that's really what it's about, and that's what really makes the sport special. So these opportunities that Jesse and Sound Running have provided for these athletes to come and do their best, Hey, it's everything, man, and you can do it here in the U.S. You don't gotta travel. You don't gotta travel all the way out to Europe. We got it here for you right now. This is just the beginning, man.
Hey, tell them, everybody out there, any athletes watching, any audience watching, we're trying to bring running back. We're trying to bring more fun to the sport. And people say like, bro, we're watching running die right in front of us. But honestly, this past weekend, I seen running get revived back to life. I ever seen it myself, bro. It was super exciting to be at the track meet this past weekend. And we're just excited to talk more about it throughout this week and talk about all the running news that's coming back. Cause like, bro, like, there's so much going on in the running world right now, and I'm super excited, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
So thank you guys for joining us for our top 5, bro. Keep on, subscribe to the Runninng Report, follow us on Instagram, check out our website, and check out the Two Black Runners podcast if you like the Potts brothers, I guess.
Yes, sir.
See y'all later, though. Really do appreciate it.